Hey, I'm Kev Mustacon. Welcome back to iRacing. It's a new season. We're looking to improve upon where I think we finished in the top 10. I'll put it up now. We're in Division 7. Now we're in Division 5, so we're kind of at the midway point of all the divisions, and we're looking, of course, to go for the title this year. And we haven't had a good start in qualifying around the Homestead-Miami Speedway It used to actually hold the Indycar Funday at the turn of the century, and then it went to Fontana from 2012 onwards, or from 2011 onwards, should I say. Or from 2012 onwards, it's Fontana, but from 2011 onwards, it went elsewhere. And we actually haven't seen the circuit back on the calendar, which is a bit of a shame. It didn't have the best season for eyes, I would say, from what I remember, but it just added a bit of a variety to the oval setup. And it would be nice to have it back on the calendar. But I say there's about lots of ovals that I saw in American Oval Racing when I was growing up. But we've got 75 laps around here. We are right in the middle, the number 9 car out of 18 drivers, and we have qualified in 8th. A bit of a shocking qualifying out there, as everyone else was under that 25.1 barrier. Someone even went in the 24s. But we'll see how this race goes. I only practiced in the practice session before this race. I've done around 23 laps. After 5 laps, I thought, oh, this is going to be easy, flat everywhere. And then after another 5 laps, it was like, oh, after 10 laps, there might actually be some tyre wear. So that we got into the 25.1s, and it went into the 25.2s at that time. So then 5 laps later in the 25.3s, like, oh, okay, tyre might actually be an issue around here. And then after that, up to that 20, oh, we actually had to start lifting now. So again, from what I saw last season as well, that was the case as well. We had to lift. Again, slipstream is going to be very strong. I don't know why the spot is going through my actual monitor speakers rather than in my headphones, so I do apologise if you're hearing that echo. But we'll see how we can do. Again, the aim is just to finish. Top 5 would be a bonus. Top 3 would be a champagne bath. And if we came in first, I'll probably end up waking up naked in the field somewhere tomorrow. So I might not actually want to win because it's actually pretty cold outside at the moment, but let's see how we do. As the leader goes immediately. They've got a good jump. And now let's settle in, hopefully for a few laps. Still, guy in ride's gone very wide. Guy in front's gone very wide, should I say. So we can make that position, not quite. Now turns 3 and 4. This is tricky with the camber, because in the midway point it kind of pushes your car on, especially as the tyres wear. So we've got to be careful for that. And looks like it's caught someone out on the first lap already. So stuck in a high line. We've got someone behind who's very nervous. I'm going to let them by because they just want to get on with it. I'm not particularly looking to do that at the moment. So let's just settle in. As we're already lifting, again, draft very strong. From my experience in practice at least, it seems to be the same way in the race. So let's get it up to 6, shall we? Just sit in safe. Help save a tiny bit of fuel maybe as well as all. There's a bit of shuffling in front. Luckily we've got a bit of a gap behind, so we're kind of in no man's land at the moment, but that's where we kind of want to be at the moment. So we're in 9th, so we lost that place, that guy in front, but apart from that, it's not looking too bad. And we're going too low in 1 and 2 as well. Again, just taking too much speed off, scrubbing the tyres a bit too much. Hello, train behind. Now they want a race, do they? Yeah, they want the race. Just going to let him by. As we're just getting slaughtered it. Being stuck to the inside. We've got a guy behind nicking all over us. Again, we're thinking of the long run here in case it does go green for a long time. So we're just trying to save tyres, stay in the draft. Everyone else wants to race. In a race? What are they thinking of? So it's a bit too big a lift. Of course, there is camber that helps you in 3 and 4, but didn't really use it there, unwisely. Well, the camber just helps massively in 1 and 2, where you can be a bit more flat out. That's a battling for the lead. Seems like we've got back into a good rhythm as well. So we're out the top 10. That's where we want to be. There's a kind of familiar names that we've seen from the last scene as well we're racing. See one behind him, 14th, who was pretty quick. And again, might be doing the same thing we're doing, just keeping it nice and safe in the early part and then motor along as the laps tick down. I don't mind where we are at the moment. So just shuffling in front. As you can see, everyone's just in one long line still, so you don't mind being outside the top 10 at the moment. If gaps appear, then we might have to go up a gear. At the moment, they're trying to battle hard in front. Seems like the guy in front wants to make it 3 wide, but just not quite getting alongside. There's almost getting forced out wide there. We might let this guy go by, finally. He's gone very wide. He's trying to get his nose alongside, but it's just not working. Again, we're backing off because of the battling in front. They're sort of going very wide there. Still going too wide for, I think that's 8th. That's just killed their momentum as well, so everyone's stacking up here in the first corner. And our gaps are starting to appear slightly in front, but again, it seems like they're being tow range, so it's not too bad. As they're getting forced wide by this guy. So let's force that guy finally through. So guy in front spins. And overtaken around the outside. So we're dropping back, but no reason to panic just yet. If it's like this in the final 30, that's if we're still here, then do panic, but at the moment I don't mind sitting back here. So I'm racing barefoot still, I'm an idiot. I need to put socks on or something because it is already starting to be a bit slippy. We're just 15 laps into the race. We already need a visor change as well. There's only 14 cars about, is that can't be correct? There's a car just parked on the infield. I guess they went to the pits. I guess that's the person who spun actually. There's a massive run there, but I'm just going to back off. As he's working on 11th, don't want to interfere with him trying to change his lines there while he works on that driver. Just want him to work that driver, and then when he makes the move, then we can pass. But it looks like he's backing off now. So he's gone very wide again. You can do that though. As I say, camber helps you in 3 and 4. Helps you stay out the wall there when you do that. But it can also chase you up towards the wall as well. So kind of helps you and doesn't help you if you're just out the groove slightly. So these are getting away. Might try and get past this guy. Because he's really backing it up. As I went slightly high there. But hopefully you saw that. So battling hard in front. Well, massive run, but could do nothing with it there. So just going to drive around the outside of that guy, are we? No! Came up into us. Hopefully you can do it in 1 and 2 as all they touch in front. We still all live though. I don't understand. There's all car on the outside shuffling. And the guy comes down on us, that's nice. It's a guy flipping, and we somehow all survive. I have no idea how only 1 car got caught up in the end in that. That was bloody hairy. And now another thing to think about is the fuel, because for my practice runs it's around 45 to 50 laps. So if we pit now, it's going to be touch and go going to the end of the race. But we've got the pit now as well. Where's the guy in front gone? Oh, there he is. Don't scare us like that. So if we look at this, got fuel at max. Change all the tyres as well. That we can. And we'll see what we can do then. It looks like someone's staying out. Are they a lap down? Oh, they're just playing silly buggers. No, they actually are staying out. Okay. So we go first pit stop then. Of the year. Let's hopefully not miss our man. I'll try and look out for him. Don't know why I'm lifting in pit lane. Everyone's invisible. God, where's our pit? Oh, there it is. You go perfect. As we rev it, get going. We're right behind that guy again. So not too bad as we've got 2 to green. Get up to 6. So we're just outside the top 10 still, it looks like. But that worried me, that fighting in front. I think we did well saving tyres as well. Seemed like we weren't losing too much pace. But I think we've got to make some moves maybe on this restart. Let's see how it goes. So actually quite a few guys pitted. So we're actually into the top 10 now in 9th. But it's going to be very interesting this restart. Actually we're not in 9th. It looks like we're in 7th. As remember, stay high. If you overtake on the inside on a restart, you get a penalty. But you can overtake on the outside. So that's why we're high. And so the top 2 got a major launch. Just under 50 laps to go. Let's fuel run this. Let's tyre save this to the end. So that's not a good restart, but we've got a second gap behind. And they're fighting in front, so we should be able to close quickly. Someone's pitting in. That's the interesting strategy. So we go clear visor. Now, yeah, they definitely are batting in front now. I can see that. It's going to draw our laps being flat out before we have to lift. So we've closed it up. So a 1.5 gap behind. And now we start lifting. So battling like a hell behind the leader who's got clean air and is probably thinking, thank God for that. So we're going for the inside line. We saw, I think it was 5th that went wide, or the guy who they say is 3rd. It went slightly higher there for the corner. So he's lost momentum. We make it into the top 5. So that's a bit wide in the first corner. And oh, they're getting into the wall behind. Almost went into the wall looking at that. Let's try and catch up to the top 4 then. And just like that guy's damage, he was 3rd. Because he's just dropped way back. We're very happy where we are at the moment. Not into that corner though, drove it way too much. But we do have a top 6 here, battling for hopefully the rest of this race. So we've got a couple second gaps to the guys behind, so they could actually still close out if we battle too hard. And it's like 1 and 2 really want to ding dong as we approach the halfway mark of this race. That's now got a wire on my pedal. That is fantastic. Don't worry, I've just got over 40 laps to survive like this. I'm sure I won't accidentally hit it at all. It's just going to be a major annoyance for the rest of this race. So we have to lift major there. Oh, they get into it. Yes, caution flag. So I can move that wire. Thank God for that. I know we would have been a top 5 all by ourselves then, but see if we can move that wire. It's back straight. Bloody hell, don't scare me like that, pace car, as he goes into the wall. Oh, for God's sake. Come on, pace car, go by. I've learnt my lesson from last season. I remember that penalty. Let's hope the top 3 haven't been caught out. So I'll try and move this wire away. I think I'm okay now. So we're in 4th. Do we pit and make it safe till the end? We have to do it on the next lap now, or do we stay where we are? I think we have to pit. Unfortunately, we've been caught out here by the safety car, so the top 3 might be getting like a free pit stop or got penalties, I don't know. The guy behind us has pitted. So unfortunately we're missing out on the pit window here a bit. I mean, I don't know what's happening with the top 3, if they've got penalties or not, as they're pitting. We've got to stay behind the pace car. Come on, pace car, what are you doing? So our second pit stop. I'm not often going to keep the pit stops in, but this is the first race of the season, why not? And there's our pit man. Seeing a nice clear view. Hope we can get in nicely then. There you go, perfect. Get rid of those tyres. Well done, Magic Elves. Why have we got to pass the free car? I'll take it, but we pitted and rejoined behind them. So I don't understand that. We're behind the 6 car. Wherever they are. For some reason they're staying behind us. Are they getting a message? They have. So, we rejoined in 8th, I think. Now we definitely got some moves to do on the restart. So we are about to go green. As I think the guys did get penalties and they're all slowing down. As this one guy who's incredibly slow. What the hell are they doing? Because I got to stay behind the 11 car. I got past the 7. So you wait to go green. Always good when you're in the wrong gear. So you actually were in 7th because someone pitted on that want to go to green. So let's see what we can do then as a couple of guys pulling down, or one guy, and then contact in front. Got a guy all over the place. And just about sneak by and crash in front. That was a total mess, that restart. Because you had guys going for pit lane for penalties, but then what are we meant to do? Like, we're just totally split, as you can see from the top 5, I think that is. Just a total mess. As, unfortunately, guys who are fighting for the top 5 for the victory now are out of the race because of that. So, we're in 4th. Apparently, as there's a lap car in front as well. I think we go to pit road again. Just fill it up, just be safe. Guy in front definitely got the pit because he's maybe got damage, so you can do a repair. But we might as well pit. I don't think there's many guys behind us actually who are still racing on the lead lap, so you might as well just take the free pit stop. We'll let everyone by though. Why have I got to stop and go? We let the guy by a few tenths. Ridiculous. So that's our race over then. We can at least try and get a top 10, I guess. But we'll see what we do on the next restart then. Do we just immediately go down? Do we make it a mess? Again, like that previous restart was? Maybe I was just looking at the wrong name, being a couple of tenths behind someone. That's probably it. Me being blind again, but... God, this is so annoying. So we are in the top 5, but only temporary, you know that. So I'm going to do the first lap, and then I'll pit in on the second lap for my penalty. As once again, the 7 car has just been horrendously slow for no reason. Wish he actually realised what's happening. As I think he's just going to let us through though. It looks like. Okay, we can't pass till it's green. Yes, we understand, spotter. Annoyingly. Someone's overtaken us into the pit lane. For God's sake. That shows how downhill this race has gone. Nice safe entrance, got to say. So we get held for 1 second. We're going to go a lap down. That guy I pointed out earlier, he's leading. Got to say, we should be part of that lead battle. As I forgot to unclick everything as well. God's sake. So we get going. Let's try and not be 2 laps down. Let's try and race with this guy as we're going to be outside the top 10. Let's see if we can have fun in these last 30 laps somehow. So we're going to enjoy our laps being flat out. We have to slow down. Actually, I don't know how long we could last flat out because I didn't see there's a bit of a gap in front, 2 seconds. Gap behind of 3 seconds. I don't know how 7th is ahead of us and on the same lap. So I'm in a bit balked. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, now they're in 9th. Okay. Well, that's bloody annoying. That was an interesting race still then. Worked our way up towards the top 5. That's the only thing I hate about pitting and the yellow as well, is there's no kind of limit for a driver to go too slow. So you could actually theoretically have the leader just go to halt just before the start finish line, bunch everyone up and get penalties for everyone behind. No one's going to be that dickish, but it could happen. So I wish there was like a minimum speed that could be added as well. Caution, but takes a bit away from the simulation, doesn't it? Wasn't kind of fake kind of limits in drivers. But we're definitely going to be running it again. Might not show it, but I'll get that top 5, goddammit. But that's what I feel with every race, and at least at this level in IndyCar, I could get a top 5 at every race. Because all you have to do is just be smart, just not race too hard. Don't try and force opportunity, just take them when they come. And of course, don't pit under yellow on the first lap, it seems. Do it with 1 to go, maybe. Like the guy has been doing. And I think he's probably in the top 5 now. As you are gain on the guy in front. I don't know why he's not running flat out. He's running the same pace as the leaders in clean air. So obviously, you know, they're running flat out. I know they are battling hard. Level, it looks like, across the line. Or virtually level. But yeah, this has definitely been my main series on iRacing, but of course we've got the addition of the 3.5, the F3 as well, so I'll definitely be checking them out. Be checking them out after this race. I think 3.5 are racing round Zolder, the alternate flat out layout, and F3 are racing round Montreal, so the Gilles Villeneuve. So definitely checking that out. Of course, GT, Ferrari GT Challenge as well, fixed series. That's racing around Barber, one of my favourite circuits in the world, so definitely be checking it out later too. And I've got the F1 car, but I'm not sure about participation in that series because it's a fixed setup series now. I thought I'd try it out. Maybe later in the season, but we'll see, as I said, about the participation, see how that's going. And then of course the other random series I like checking out. I might try and check out Rallycross a bit more because I'm still a rookie driver in that. So I definitely want to try and get a license at least in that. As it is fixed until you do get the license, so in these rookie races I can just trundle around and try it out. Same for the dirt ovals. Again, I've never drove a dirt oval race yet. So I definitely want to get my license in that by the end of this season. So yeah, lots of things to check out and do this season I didn't really bother to try last season. I was just trying to get back into the swing of things on iRacing. This is the IndyCar Fixed Series, and eventually the Ferrari GT3 Challenge. Also Porsche Super Cup, or iRacing's version. I definitely want to check that out too. So yeah, lots of series I want to check out. Definitely get back into road racing more as well. I know I've been showing mainly ovals, but it came into this as road racer, never really driven in ovals before. So yeah, definitely be trying out lots more road racing this season. As I said, I've probably listed off like 5 or 6 series I'm trying to check out on that side. And this is mainly the only oval series I check out. I do occasionally try the trucks out. I sent out Talladega this week and I don't have that track. But when they're around Charlotte or maybe Indy, I would definitely check that out. And of course Pro Mazda 2 and Formula Renault 2.0. I'm not the biggest fan of Formula Renault 2.0. I've tried it out once round Bedell. Probably not the best first impression. But I'll try it out again this season with participation low as well, unfortunately. Just want to add some numbers to it. Same with Pro Mazda, that's around the Charlotte Roval this week. I think I'll give it a miss. I haven't raced around the Charlotte Roval yet, but I imagine it's going to be hell for a single-seater. So yeah, definitely get back into Pro Mazda. It used to be one of my favourite road course cars as well. It was great fun, I remember. One of the rare cars I've won in as well. And also get back into multi-class racing. Maybe not the Le Mans series. And if I do, I don't think I'm good enough to be in the LMP1s at the moment. I've got the Porsche 919, but it should be good that LMP1 level as well, as the Audi's been given kind of a boost, so it should be level on performance with the Porsche finally. Unfortunately, I'm not really closing the gap in front now. We're kind of running the same pace. You might have to start to lift slightly as well. So I was a bit past their sell-by date now, as the leader's getting away. 2 seconds in the lead. Told you that guy was good. So I'm mainly going to be checking out IMSA, because I've got the Ferrari and I've got the Chevrolet. Plus there's the 24 Hours of Daytona. I might enter that for the first time. I'm not sure if I'm good enough, but I'll see if I can find a team and enter that. And of course there's lots of special events during the year as well. There's the Indy 500, of course I'm going to enter that. 24 Hours of Le Mans. I think there's Sebring, there's Bathurst, there's Petit Le Mans at the end of the year. There's lots of races to enter, special events wise. So definitely checking out those two. So it should be a busy year on iRacing, as a particularly busy season as well. So get into these series, kind of check them out, see if there's ones you like a bit more than the others, and see how it goes basically. Definitely looking forward to it. Definitely got back into iRacing in the big way. So I used to league race a lot in the F1 games, but now I've stopped that as I'm not the biggest fan of the F1 games online in particular. Of course, iRacing is probably the only place like this online in racing games. You've got regular races. You get to know these guys as well. As I said, I've already mentioned a couple of guys we raced last season. I've seen some familiar names. I know how they race. The leader, as I said, knew him from last season, raced him. He's very good. So that's a bit high. And that's what you get with iRacing. You don't get with any online unless you're in leagues. This organised racing the same guys. Now, of course, you get that in R-Factor leagues like VEC. You get that in Project Cars 2 as well, in F1 games with the AORs and alike. But you don't get an online service like this in racing games. And basically, all the other racing have just got to step up their game. Basically, you're seeing GT Sport are the next best at the moment. Their service and their online system seems to be pretty good. Project Cars 2 has tried this as well. It doesn't seem to be as successful because I don't think they host the sessions. I think it's up to the players. From what I've read, I've got to try it out. And then you've got Sim Racing System, which is got organised races and is a bit like this for Assetto Corsa, Automobilista, Race from Racing Experience. So that's the only other service like iRacing around. So that's what, 3 racing games, or actually 5 racing games off the top of my head, out of what, hundreds of racing games out there? Or in modern times in the last 5 years, I probably think of up to like 50 off the top of my head. So that's lots of games who've got to improve their online service and actually make it pretty good and viable. I mean, Milestone are the worst culprits of this, from what I've seen. Kiloton just getting there. Just unfortunately don't have the numbers from what I can tell. And then of course you've got the Cody's games where the online's just gone downhill, unfortunately, with each game. Then you get me started in F1 2018 online. So yeah, just all the other games just got to step up their online service. Because there's no reason why they shouldn't be all copying iRacing and doing this, basically, with their games. I mean, I know Cody's had introduced the license system back again. It's online. Or at least some kind of ranking system for online. But then they don't have dedicated servers. And that seems to be the main barrier to entry of competent onlines for other racing games, from what I can tell. I mean, it's the same with FPSs as well. I mean, I remember the same issues like Battlefield, especially now when they go backwards compatible. Getting that same online experience as when you first got it. But then you have some very good server hosts in Battlefield. Don't really get that on online as well. In racing games, and as I said, they don't have dedicated servers, just kind of have that system set up. So as we sign off enjoying the nonsense in the background around this penalty and that crash beforehand, I didn't realise how low I got to the right line there. That was a bit naughty, as there's the crash. But yeah, there's just a massive gap in quality between online and in racing games. So I hope that improves in coming years, and it's good to see some developers actually try and develop a good online system. But what a disappointing race.
definitely had the pace for the top 5. I reckon we would have got a top 5 if we didn't have that penalty. But we'll see what we do next time. As I said, we'll see what we do in other series as well. But I hope you enjoyed the return of iRacing, and I expect you'll see it quite a lot in the coming, at least for this first season. So that's going to be 3 months. You're going to see quite a lot, maybe a lot more than one video per week, depending on how many series I run. As we look for that guy in front. So, as you can see, he ducked into the pits and then went back up. And so now we've just got to slow down. It doesn't help that the pace car is very slow as well. Maybe let everyone just go a bit quicker. Maybe to stop situations like this, as the guy behind also got caught out. As you can see, I've slowed down to I halt, and the guy in front's actually well clear of me. So I don't understand the penalty. Anyway, on to the next one. So for watching, and I'll see you then.